Have you ever wondered why advanced authentication and authorization techniques are so crucial in the realm of InfoSec? It's a fascinating question. Let's take a moment to unravel it. In the digital world, authentication and authorization are the gatekeepers, the sentinels that protect our data and identities. They're the bouncers at the door of the information club, checking IDs and ensuring that only those on the list get in. Advanced authentication techniques such as biometrics and multi-factor authentication add extra layers of security, making it harder for intruders to break in. On the other hand, sophisticated authorization methods ensure that even those who have made it through the door can only access what they're allowed to. The importance of these techniques becomes glaringly evident when we consider the numerous high-profile data breaches that have occurred due to weak authentication and authorization. These incidents not only cause financial loss but also erode trust. To safeguard our digital world, the implementation of advanced authentication and authorization techniques is indispensable. Now, one might ask, what exactly are these advanced authentication techniques? Let's break it down. Authentication, at its core, is about confirming an individual's identity. Advanced authentication techniques elevate this verification process, reducing chances of identity theft and unauthorized access. One of the most common advanced techniques is two-factor authentication, often abbreviated as 2FA. As the name suggests, it requires two separate methods of identity verification. Think about it like a double check. You're asked to provide something you know, like a password, and something you have, like a unique code sent to your mobile device. The benefit? Even if someone manages to crack your password, they would still need access to your mobile device to break into your account. Next up, we have biometric authentication. This method uses unique biological characteristics such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or even voice patterns to verify identity. It's like your body is your password, and that's something no one else can replicate. The convenience factor is high here. No need to remember complex passwords or carry around additional devices. Plus, the security is top-notch. Lastly, let's talk about token-based authentication. This is a method where your server will generate a token, something like a digital key, that gets attached to each request made by a client. This token is unique and can be validated by the server. The advantage? Well, your password isn't sent over the network with each request, reducing the risk of it being intercepted. Implementing these methods may seem daunting, but the benefits far outweigh the initial effort. Improved security, reduced risk of data breaches, and user convenience are the key takeaways. With the right tools and a bit of patience, these advanced authentication techniques can be integrated into any system. These advanced authentication techniques, when implemented correctly, can significantly enhance the security of our digital identities. Beyond authentication, there's another crucial layer of security: advanced authorization techniques. These techniques are primarily concerned with defining and managing permissions. It's like a high-tech bouncer at the door of a club, checking if you're on the list and determining where in the club you're allowed to go. Let's start with role-based access control, or RBAC. Think of it as a system of digital job titles. Each title has a set of permissions attached to it. For instance, a manager role might have access to more sensitive data than a clerk role. This method is simple and straightforward, and it's widely used in businesses of all sizes. Next up, we have attribute-based access control, or ABAC. This is a more dynamic and flexible method. Instead of roles, ABAC uses attributes, characteristics, or labels assigned to users and resources. These can include anything from location and time of access to the sensitivity of the information being accessed. The system then makes decisions based on these attributes, allowing for fine-grained control over resources. But what's the real benefit of these advanced authorization techniques? Well, they provide a level of control that allows organizations to manage access to their resources in a more granular and precise way. This can lead to improved compliance with regulations, as well as reduced risk of data leaks or breaches. So how can these methods be implemented? Both RBAC and ABAC can be integrated into an existing system through the use of middleware, or can be built directly into a new system from the ground up. There are also numerous software solutions available that provide these functionalities out of the box, making the process even easier. By integrating these advanced authorization techniques, we can further fortify our digital assets against unauthorized access. Just as a lock and key protect a physical door, these techniques protect the virtual doors to our data, ensuring that only the right people have the right level of access at the right time. So, we have journeyed through the fascinating world of advanced authentication and authorization techniques. Now let's consolidate our understanding. We kicked off our exploration by defining advanced authentication and authorization. Authentication, as we know, is the process of verifying who a user is, while authorization determines what a user can do. But when we add advanced to these terms, we're talking about methods that go beyond simple usernames and passwords, diving into more robust and complex systems designed to keep our digital environments safe. We then dove into advanced authentication techniques, highlighting the use of multi-factor authentication and biometrics. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, adds an additional layer of security by requiring 2 or more pieces of evidence, or factors, before granting access. Biometrics, on the other hand, leverages unique physical or behavioral traits of individuals for identification and access control, such as fingerprints, facial patterns, voice, or typing cadence. Further, we unfolded the intricacies of advanced authorization techniques, including role-based access control and attribute-based access control. Role-based access control, or RBAC, assigns permissions based on roles within an organization, ensuring that users have access only to the information necessary for their roles. Attribute-based access control, or ABAC, is even more granular, using policies that combine attributes together, considering the user's attributes, the resource, and the environment before granting or denying access. These advanced techniques provide multiple benefits. They not only enhance security but also improve user experience by providing seamless access. Moreover, they enable organizations to maintain compliance with various regulatory requirements. In terms of implementation, it's crucial to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The choice of techniques depends on multiple factors such as the nature of the business, the sensitivity of the data, and the resources available. Remember, in the rapidly evolving digital landscape, the integration of advanced authentication and authorization techniques is not just an option, but a necessity for robust InfoSec.